5 things I wish I knew before my 20s. Don't worry, I'm not going to give it a slap. Number 1, and this might be hard to believe, but you're actually still a child. When you're under 20, you're still a child. Even when you're in your early 20s, you're still a child. You're still a nipper. You're still a little nipper. And you try to grow up too fast. You want to get out of school. You want to work. You don't. Trust me, you don't. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to have fun. I'm only starting to learn that in my 20s. Like in me, I'm touching on mid-20s now, but we're going to say early, yeah? But you're still a kid, so act like it. Don't be trying to grow up too fast. When I was 14, started trying to get a bit of work, and you're like, I should be playing with my mates. Even though I was still playing with my mates, that want to be older, that thinking you're too mature for your age, it's a lot of nonsense. Enjoy your formative years, you know what I mean? Because that's what they are. A lot of pressure gets put on you in school. You need to hit this, you need to hit that. No, just enjoy yourself, figure yourself out. That's what your 20s are for. But something people don't say is your teens are for that as well. Your teens aren't just a big stress ball of you need to hit this score, you need to this, you need to fit in here. No, you need to figure out who you are. You need to enjoy yourself, spend time with your friends, spend time with yourself, spend time with your family. That's what you need to do before you get thrown into the big bad world. Instead of wanting to work, I'm 14, I'd love a few quid to, I'm 14 and 15, or just all I want is a few quid to go out with my mates. You shouldn't need any quid to go out with your mates when you're that age. You should be just out in the field playing a bit of football, playing whatever you want to play. Just play. Don't work. Play hard, don't work. Number 2, nobody actually cares. Like, people actually don't care. When you're walking down the road and you trip over, in your head you're going to think about that for the next 3 years. I'm such an embarrassment, everybody's seeing me fall over. Whoever laughs at you in that moment, they're going to laugh at you, and they're already thinking about their own bullshit problems 20 seconds later. So you're the only one that's holding that over yourself, you know what I mean? So nobody actually cares. Like, everybody thinks they're the main character. I'm a man for that myself, but you should think you're the main character. You're the main character of your own story, not everyone else's. Everyone else is the main character of their own story. That's how the world works. So you're not as important to people as you think. So when people are judging you, they don't actually really care. They're just projecting bollocks out into the world kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Look, I didn't sign up for a philosopher, but I don't know. I'm trying something new. Number 3, kind of falls into the other 2. Stop trying to fit in, because trying to fit in kills your self-worth. If you're worrying about what other people think, or you're trying to be like somebody else, you're losing who you are, essentially, as a human being, as a person, as anything. You're losing comprehension of who you are. You need to sit with your own thoughts. You need to do the things you enjoy. Your mates think you're weird because you watch a bit of anime, or your mates think... people used to call me a rocker for liking rock music, and then they'd bang out an Oasis song. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the rocker. Sound. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just stupid little things like that would actually stop people from doing the stuff they enjoy. And I've seen that happen with people I knew growing up, where like somebody said something to them and they just thought, oh no, that's just, you know what, that's gay, or you know what, I can't do that because they said that. Like, that's killing your own self-worth by holding someone else's opinion so far above your own. So do stuff for yourself. Do stuff you want to do, especially when you're young, because you need to figure out what you want to do. You want to figure out what you're good at. You want to figure out what you like, because you got all the pressure in school to hit these scores, to go to college, and like, more than likely, I finished, I done me, what was I, yeah, I just went 17 when I finished 6th year, was it? Yeah, so I finished 6th year, I was 17 about 2 months, and I'm like, right, now I have to go to college for something that I got to do for the rest of my life. I'm supposed to know what I want to do, you know what I mean? I did know what I wanted to do at the time, and I'm not doing that right now. I kind of do a little bit in my content, because I make thumbnails and that kind of stuff. I want to be a graphic designer, but I was doing graphic design since I was 10. I went to college. This is something I thought I wanted to do for years, because it was just it was the one kind of thing I tried that I liked, in a way, you know what I mean? Even though I done content back then, but back before it was cool, the graphic design was kind of the thing I seen a business thing in. I didn't see content creation as that back in the day, because it wasn't actually like that back then. I was making YouTube videos back in like 2011 job. Oh, stop, but they're stupid videos. I wish I kept them up. That's another thing about caring about what other people think of you. I would have an absolute catalogue of funny videos for me to look back on if I didn't care what people thought when I was 14. So if you're watching this and you're 14, 15, 16, 25, whatever age you are, because, you know, I'm after calling this 5 things I wish I knew before I was 20. Some people might not learn any of these things before they're 40. That's the truth. I think there's a saying, most people die at 15 but live till they're 70. I think there's another one, most people die at 25 but live till they're 70. That's kind of going back to the other one where I said caring about other people's opinion is killing your self-worth. That's the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I had something in my eye there, I had to cut that. But yeah, basically, it goes back to the last one I said, where it says trying to fit in is going to kill your self-worth. Some people die at 15 and they live till they're 70. What that means is them as a person dies because they're so worried about what other people think, other people's opinions. Even what my next one is going to be kind of correlates with it as well. Everybody's going to tell you how to live their life without even knowing how to live their own. So that's something you should deep there, because most people are telling you this, telling you that, and they haven't a clue themselves. You know, the best thing we could say is, and people say, oh, what did you get that off? Google? Google's more reliant than a second-hand opinion of someone that you happen to know they're in the same area as you. So you're going to hold them up to the same esteem as, a search engine with unlimited possibilities. So don't people are like, oh, what, Google told you that? Yeah, I did go on to the biggest database of information in the world to find out something. Sorry, because I didn't ask the old Anto from down the road if it makes sense, because he's obviously more verified than the internet, you know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of bollocks on the internet as well, but like, come on now. The majority of what I've learned through my life is from the internet, from watching video essays on YouTube, watching documentaries kind of fall into the TV category, but you watch them online as well. Most of the shit I didn't learn in school. You kind of learn who you are in school, because you meet your mates, and this when it goes back to the most people die at 15 because they just become what their group is. There's no some, like, you know these type of people. There's no individuals within their group. They're all just bouncing off each other, and it's only when it's usually when you get them on their own you find out who they are. But when they're together, it's just like that herd mentality kind of thing. You know what I mean? So what I would say is just be yourself. And what number 5 is going to be is go back and listen to that last 4, yeah? Sound. I hope you enjoy it. Something different. I don't know, I said I'd make something different. It's kind of like, the vlogs are something for me to look back on, in a way, like looking back on my life and just seeing how I've grown. But like, this is kind of just, it's a message I would have given to myself when I was in my teens, you know what I mean? Even a few years ago, because I only really copped on a little bit in the last year. For years I'd lost myself, was trying to fit, not even, I wouldn't say trying to fit in, because I wasn't always that person that was just like, I'd do whatever, but I would say I saturated myself down. Would that be the word you'd use? I diluted myself down. So the person who I believed myself to be, or maybe I would have held back some opinions, or there was subjects I would have been very interested in, but the the people around me wouldn't be into the same kind of thing, so you kind of just leave all that. So you kind of just talk about whatever's going on, and that's not good. You need people with common interest, and that's the beauty of the internet as well, because you can find people with them on the internet. Like, the amount of people I've met over the last year from starting content creation, just like people with similar aspirations, people with similar interests, you know what I mean? Just from putting up stupid videos of myself online, I've met other people who also put up stupid videos of themselves online. And I'm going to meet way more over the years as I take on my journey of being the old content creator fella, you know what I mean? But it's nice, you know what I mean? Because you grow up with a certain set of friends, and you all have these common interests growing up. And as you grow as a person, a lot of the time the interests kind of start going a bit more, like, you know what I mean? And there's a point where, like, do we really have much in common anymore other than the fact that we're friends? And like, that's still good. You should have friends that you don't have anything in common with, because you can learn different things from each other, or they can open you up to a whole different thing that you don't know, and vice versa, you know what I mean? But finding your tribe is important, I feel like, because when you don't have a tribe, like, because there's a lot of people who probably don't have any friends, you know what I mean? There's people who have friends that don't have friends, you know what I mean? They're plastic friends, you know what I mean? There's some people just don't have good support around them, and they take everything from the internet. So I feel like me putting this out there, hopefully another young fella sees this and goes, you know what, you're right. I'm going to find myself before I even stress myself out about what I need to do in life. You know what I mean? Because back to when I was saying in college, I'd done 2 years of college and I lost all my passion for graphic design. It kind of took the creative side out of me completely. I wasn't making videos or anything back then. Even when I was in college doing graphic design, I didn't go back and do videos. I was just designing, and it's the structure of it in a way. I felt like the lack of creative freedom. It was kind of, right, here's what you do, and do it exactly that way. Like, I can't even put my own little touch on it. And now it's like, oh, they're just teaching you the basics and all, but like, I learned the basics when I was 12 on my own through YouTube. And I'm not being bad, but like, I was looking at the person that's supposed to be teaching me, and they were on Photoshop. I was like, I would have been embarrassed to give someone, like, they were showing me work they done for someone, and like, I was like, I would have been embarrassed, like, not charging someone for that when I was 13. Never mind charging someone as an adult for that kind of work. Do you know what I mean? It was just, felt like it was lazy, and it wasn't even like you don't even care about the craft whatsoever, because that's just thrown together. That could have been a template with you changing the text kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It was just nothing to it. And in that moment, I kind of just said, right, this isn't for me. And like, I'm not going to go, oh, college is a scam. College is great for certain things. I just don't think any creative thing. Maybe creative writing, because, you know, you definitely want to, you can learn all that yourself. Maybe some people are probably better, this is me kind of talking to myself here now. Some people are probably better at being taught in a classroom setting. Me, myself, I feel like if you let me just sit down for a few hours on any subject and let me just try to learn about it myself, I learn a lot more than sitting in a classroom for 6 months on one subject. Do you know what I mean? Some people learn differently, and that's another thing about your formative years. You need to figure out your way of learning. I found my best way of learning was through video essays, because I can read books, and I can, you know, I've been in classrooms listening to a teacher going on about the same subject for 7 months when you could have learned it in 2 weeks, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because obviously, some people take longer to learn something, because especially when you're in school, most people aren't interested, they don't care, so a teacher probably has to gloss over it for longer because of that. You know what I mean? It's not that all these students are stupid and I'm smart, that's not what I'm saying. I just have my own way of learning, you know what I mean? I figured it out, and it took me a while to figure it out. I only realised that in the last probably 2 years, because when I think back to all the random bits of information I learned when I was a kid, it was through video essays on YouTube. I'm pointing at television that you can't see, but it was true that. All these random facts, and I was actually talking to my little cousin. He was like, his man was like, where do you come out with all these random facts and all? He just has all this mad information. He's walking out with me, but he has all this mad information, and it's literally from YouTube, watching video essays, watching stuff like that, just the internet. As much as they say the internet's a bad place, it has some good stuff, but when you go through it now, like, going a bit off topic here now, but through TikTok the last few days, I've just seen people going at each other, and it's all Irish people. Like, we're such a small nation that we should be supporting each other. We should all have each other's backs, because who else is gonna have our backs? Do you know what I mean? All the bigger nations, they just want to feck with us. You know what I mean? We are a load of legends. Why don't we act like it? Why don't we come together and be legends? Do you know what I mean? Instead of putting each other down, people moan about such small things, putting people down because they're jealous. Like, why are you jealous of someone? You should be happy with who you are. Do you know what I mean? I'm going off a bit around here now. I don't want to, it's just, do you know what, because I kind of try to stay away from like TikTok and the social medias, even though I post on it, but like, all I find is negativity. And that's why I'm trying to put a bit of positivity out there, but it's like, if it's not someone dragging someone down, it's some bleeding scandal. And when you hear about the scandal, it's like, really? It's like, Jesus, that's the biggest problem in your life? And it's like, you know, thousands of people flying in the comments and they're outraged. Like, it's not that deep. It really isn't that deep. Like, I'm sure you've had problems in your life. Everyone's had problems in their life. But some of these things are so small. Like, people just want to hate just to hate. They see someone doing better than them and they just want to hate. When they should be going, how did they get better than me? How can I become better than them? You know what I mean? I don't know, a little rant here now. Welcome back to the Diary of a Spastic. I completely forgot to record number 4. I just got so excited with 2 and 3 that I just completely skipped over and went to 5. And why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9, 6, 7. Shut up, Ken. Just shut up. Shut up. But come here. Number 4. Everybody going to tell you how to live your life without knowing how to live theirs. And that is the truth. You go through life and you're trying to figure it out yourself. And it's the same for everybody. But everybody's going to tell you how to live your life. So the one thing I'd say is, it's your experience, your life, your journey. Only person that can solidify any opinion in your head is you. Take people's opinions and listen to them and dissect them in your head. But don't hold them to gospel, you know. Don't hold anyone's opinion over your own. The only opinion that you should really care about is your own. Everyone else's is just information to feed your own brain. So I'm going to leave that there and take it away with number 5, Ken. Wait, just stop right there. just stop right there. I'm already yapping on for too long. So what the fifth one is going to be, the fifth one is going to be listen to the other four. Yeah? Because I'm just rambling on too long there. Probably already after forgetting what I was talking about. So go back and listen to the other four. And enjoy your formative years, yeah? Figure out who you are, become a legend because you are a legend, yeah? You don't even need to become a legend. Just finding out who you are, that's the legend. The legend's already in there. The legend is inside you. So find them and let them out, yeah? What do they say? Let the dogs out. Let the legends out. Yeah. Gonna end it there, yeah? Did not mean that, but see you later.